As parts of North Carolina recover from Hurricanes Florence and Michael, the money feds used to help the state after the storms could now be in danger.
With the government shutdown dragging into another week, lawmakers are suggesting potential solutions. Among those ideas, using money from other programs to pay for the border wall.
CBS 17's Anna Wernicke in our Washington bureau. She joins us now live. And Anna, one of those programs is one used to help victims of natural disasters.
That's exactly right. So far, President Trump has refused to use his emergency powers to declare a national emergency. But some lawmakers here in Washington are saying that if he does, it will be a disaster.
President Trump seems less enthusiastic about his threat to declare a national emergency to build a border wall without congressional approval.
I have the absolute legal right to call it, but I'm not looking to do that because this is too simple.
Some Republicans, including South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, have urged the president to use his emergency powers if Democrats in Congress continue to deny funding to build a wall.
Last year, Congress appropriated $14 billion for disaster recovery in Puerto Rico, Texas, California, and Florida. The White House says the president could use $5 billion of that money for the wall.
But Virginia Democratic Senators Mark Warner and Tim Kaine say that would be a huge mistake.
This is an attempt to basically go around the wall.
There is a lot of emergency expenditures that are already in the queue. And I'd like the ability to compare, well, like, what's more of an emergency right now?
Texas Republican Senator John Cornyn, a strong supporter of the president's wall, says he will oppose any reprogramming of Harvey disaster funds.
Diverting those funds away to support border security would be a major step backwards.
And Wisconsin Republican Senator Ron Johnson says declaring a national emergency is too extreme.
If we do that, it's going to go to court and the wall won't get built.
But 4 weeks into the government shutdown and no deal in sight, the president says he is considering all of his options.
Any hope of progress to reopen the government this week seems very unlikely. As of right now, there are no meetings scheduled or no new proposals on the table. Live in Washington, I'm Anna Wernicke. Back to you.